I got new liners. So these are the Them 909s with the Danny Beer Extra Medium liner. Let me explain. So a few months ago, I picked up the Them 909s with the Intuition liner. And this was the first Them 909. I was extremely excited about it. I was a big fan of the Them 908s. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to get the 909s. I'm going to love them. I'm going to give them a good review and see what they feel like. The Them 909s came with the Intuition liner. So I upgraded from the stock liner and I got the Intuition liner. And unfortunately, I didn't have a great experience. You know, I skated the 909s and I didn't have a problem with those skates, but I had a problem with the liner. As soon as I swapped out the liner, I skated the 909s just as good as my 908s, and I had a really great time. So these are the medium Intuition liners that came with the 909s. They look great, but they're the wrong size. So these are a 9.5 to 10, and my foot is a 10.5, a strong 10.5. So I posted my review, and I said, I absolutely love the skates. The skates feel great, but really I'm reviewing the liner. I didn't feel a huge difference with the skates. I felt a huge difference with the liner. And unfortunately, the liner didn't fit well. So I kind of ended my review with, I don't really know how to review these skates. They don't fit. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and I get contacted by the guys over at Them. And they say, hey, we saw your review. We've got a liner that might work for you. Can we send it to you so that you can give it a shot and see if it makes the skates any better? So they sent me these Danny Beer Intuition liners in a size 10.5. So these are the liners that came with my 909s. I paid for these liners. I got these from the 909s. These are the liners that Them sent me for testing. And full disclosure, I did not pay for these liners. I'm not getting paid to review these liners, but I want these liners to feel good because I love the idea of Intuition, but I needed to find a liner that fit my feet. So these are a size 10.5. They're 28 and 28.5 centimeters. These are the medium. These are the ones that came stock in the first edition of the 909 with Intuition. And you can see there's a huge difference. There's like a good centimeter difference in the toe. These liners fit perfectly in the shell, and in my opinion, this is the size that should have come with the original version of the Them Intuition. Granted, it wouldn't have fit people with this size foot as well, but it would have fit everybody who can fit into that boot. So today I'm going to start my review over again. Phase 2 of my review. This time with the Danny Beer Intuition liner that I know fits my foot. And see if it makes a difference. All right, so first of all, the park is soaked. We had a really big thunderstorm last night. Thankfully, it's not raining right now, but there are still clouds all over, and it's not going to be drying. So trying to get speed here without slipping out is a bit difficult. Thankfully, there's no big puddles. I'll be able to navigate around the park pretty well, but trying to turn, even on 85A wheels, just slipping out. So there's going to be a lot of running, trying to get to speed, but it's the only time I have to skate, so that's what you get. These feel great. So the liners just fit my feet. I don't have any crumpled toe feeling. I don't have any weird hitting the end of the liner when I do gaps or do airs feeling, which is what I was getting in the last ones. I was told over and over that, oh, I just needed to skate them more and they would break in. I'm sure that they would, but a whole centimeter is a lot to ask for. These are heat moldable, but they recommend not heat molding them. It's more heat moldable from skating, not heat moldable from an oven. So the more you can skate them, the better they're going to feel. And with these, I feel like I can skate them for longer without any pain. All right, I'm gonna try some grinds. Gonna have to dry this ledge off and see if I can get this corner, but see how they feel. All right, absolutely no issues with sole tricks. I always complain, maybe not complain, but point out that the them Soleplate isn't as wide as like the USD Carbon or the USD 7 Soleplates, which are the ones that I prefer, that I usually skate. That's a little bit more difficult to do sole tricks if you're just starting out. I didn't have any issues locking, and for me, it feels like when I do sole tricks, I have to be a little bit more concentrating, a little more deliberate when I do soles, because I know that I have a shorter sole. I have to lock it really solid. I can't just slop around. I can't be lazy about it. This park is so wet. First of all, the run up for that ledge is really tight to begin with, even on a dry day, but it's really hard to get speed here. That whole top area is wet. There's people all over the place, so it's hard for me to get speed, but I feel like there's no problems doing soles, no problems doing switch soles, alley-oop soles, all that sort of thing. Soles are going to be fine. All right, Royal tricks. Well, back got a little jacked on that one. One of those things when you're skating in a weird situation, you're slipping around, your body moves in weird ways, and I wasn't ready for that. And my back, lower back, is pretty jacked up right now. So I'm going to call this session short. I have no issues with these liners. I feel like if this skate came with this liner, I would have been absolutely thrilled with the 909s. I think that this is the liner that should come in this shell. Again, even if this liner is too big for some people, you could always downsize liners. The fact that this feels normal, this feels like I have room, leads me to believe that the only thing wrong with the 909 in my last video, my last review video, was that the liner was just the wrong size for me. Get the right liner, and you shouldn't have any problems. Again, full disclosure, them sent me these liners for review, so this is, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what the difference is going to be between these liners and the other Intuition liners that I tried, aside from the size. So I'm going to skate these for the next month or so. I'm going to go through and redo my review at all of the spots that I went to for my review. So I'm going to go skate some big wheels and see how they feel. I'm going to skate marsh so that I could do all my grinds, see how they feel. And just recreate the review with the correct liner. I think that's going to be really interesting. Again, I had no problem with the skates. Swapping out the liner made the skates just fine. It was like skating my 908s with a little bit more support. These are a little bit more supportive than the 908s in my opinion, a little stiffer. I do need to experiment with the cuff placement as well, whether it goes up and down. That's something that I didn't get to address in the last review. But yeah, give them a shot. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can see the next few sessions with these boots. No issues with Royales, no issues with soles, no issues with airs. They feel great, and I'm excited to try them for another session when I feel a little, when it's a little drier and my back isn't hurting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.